Yes, I am a bit late this time around, but hey, I'm still gonna be doing this podcast thing a day at a time. So welcome to this channel. Um, Make sure you hit the like and comment and subscribe about any topics that you may be. Yes, this is the Mobile Cop Podcast. This is your boy Bob, and yes, we have some interesting topics this time. This time, I'm gonna actually try and be more, how would I say, attentive with the subject matters and everything. I got some topics here. Some of them are crazy, some of them are misfortunate. First of all, um, we have like a couple of deaths that happened. Could have been prevented, but they end up happening. And then we got a major case that's surfacing around that's about to come in closure probably tomorrow. But before we get to that trial case, we're going to go ahead and start with the case of a 16-year-old girl. She gets electrocuted. And you probably thinking maybe she gets electrocuted because of um probably a family member or something like that in that nature. Like, this right here is a very serious matter. And it's crazy. And it shows how much people are so tied into their phones so much, especially young people. They tied into their phones so much they can't even live or breathe without their phones. So the thing about this whole topic, this whole thing that went down, she got electrocuted. Um, Hate to say this, but she got electrocuted by her phone. So when she got electrocuted by her phone, and I'm like thinking, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you drop your phone. I mean, for one, she was taking a shower, taking a bath. That's something I wouldn't do personally. I mean, that's something you commonly don't do at all. So that had happened. So while this is going on, she's on the phone. And yeah, you drop your phone in some water, big deal. Water splashes on your phone. I mean, it happens. Most phones today, they are already like waterproof, you know, water resistant. I would say, I'm not gonna say waterproof because ain't not no phone is waterproof except for, a few. But water resistant and all that stuff. Yeah, you drop your phone in the tub or in the shower or whatever like that, which I don't know why would you have it in the shower. I mean, it'll go dead. The phone would go dead. It would go out, etc. or whatever. No, it went it went to a deeper level. She actually had the phone plugged in into the charger in the wall. I'm like, oh my God. Like, she basically died by electrocution because her phone was in the wall. And that that's that's sad. This is a 16-year-old girl. 16. She haven't even started. She ain't even got out of high school yet. And this it didn't happen over here in the US. It happened over in southern Italy. Yeah, southern Italy. She was chatting with one of her friends, and she made a mistake and dropped the phone. I guess she was taking a bath, like a tub bath, or soaking or whatever, and she just dropped it in the tub, and that's how she got electrocuted. I was reading on it. They said the parents thought it was a circuit breaker trip or something like that, and then essentially found their daughter in the bathtub, lifeless. So that's unfortunate news, and everything. That's Please don't even try. Like, if you're doing something important, don't use your phone while you're doing something important. Seriously, because this is not a good look for anybody. I mean, somebody could get hurt. We already have the issues with people using phones on the road. You know, I mean, personally, I'm not even gonna lie. I do it from time to time, but some people would have their head buried in the phone. Like, they're supposed to be fighting and everything. They're supposed to be, driving, but they turned around and they like have their phones in the face, like 5 minutes. No, it's not even supposed to be happening like that. No phone should be in the face. No phone should be in your face, and you're supposed to be driving. In this case with her, she shouldn't have dropped her phone in the tub on the charger and all this. Like, seriously, I mean, yeah, maybe you can use your phone while you're in the tub. I mean, if you're typing on it, whatever like that, that's one thing. But that's the least minimum thing you would do. Don't have your phone plugged up into the wall and you're trying to use it. You're in the tub. You're in water. Come on, man. Water and, you know, and electronics don't mix, especially when it's plugged into the wall. So it's big unfortunate, big misunfortunate, from her. She's 16. She died like that. Seriously. Like, it's sad. And it's like, I'm reading on that come across my desk. Then I hear about the whole Spirit Airlines. That lady. Boy, where do I start with that? Boy, she basically acted a straight on fool at Spirit Airlines in the ATL. Not that, airports are already like, bad as it is. They're already bad. Especially that one. That one, I've heard stories about, the airports getting congested, especially in the ATL and stuff like that. So I hear about that all the time. But my thing is, why would you start trouble at an airline at an airport? And then of all airlines, it's Spirit. Why? Look, can somebody answer to me why Spirit is always taking all this heat? First you had the whole incident with the passengers and everything like that, having, fighting on the airline. That was like way back when I was keeping up with that. Some guy, I think he was a Spirit airline agent, and the infamous, he tackled her down and, basically hitting, was basically, knocking her off and everything like that. That was like some time ago. I don't pay attention to Spirit Airlines but so much, but sometimes it come across my desk. Like a couple of days ago, the guy seen putting tape on the side of the wing of Spirit Airlines. And I'm like, a guy is recording you, right? Like, dude, like you're putting tape on the side. I'm still looking for a logical explanation on that one. I'm still looking for explanation on that one. That got to be some type of violation. It got to be. Putting tape on the side of a plane, yeah, that's a no-go. Then recently, this came up. 29-year-old woman. And she basically was at ATL airport. She got in a fight with one of the Spirit agents. Basically, having a hissy fit about that. Once you have a hissy fit about it, then it's like, you get put on the no-fly list for one. Once you get put on the no-fly list, that's it. It's a done deal. Very done deal. So once you do that, it's a done deal. I don't even think if you get put on the no-fly list, I don't even think you can come off of it, to be honest. So I don't know. But to be on that list, you must have did very, very something bad or something threatening. And in this case, she did both. So she threatened the worker, the Spirit Airlines worker. She was pregnant, 6 months pregnant to be at that. I seen the video. The video vicious. Like, she was on her like MMA style. Like, she was on her. And it was like, it shouldn't be no reason why she should be like fighting so viciously like that. She's 6 months pregnant, and she's doing all of that. 29 years old. She's 29 years old, and even more reason for her to put her on a no-fly list or cause concern. She smelled alcohol. Some people say they smelled alcohol on the lady. What's her name? Q Maria Scott. They say they actually found alcohol on her, like the smell of it. It wasn't. I didn't read anything about it. They said they did, even though they say that she was arrested or anything like that and stuff. And she was put on a $1,500 bond in Atlanta. But they say they smelled alcohol on her. She's fighting, and she's fighting with the attendant, the agent of Spirit Airlines, and she basically went off the hinges, basically, saying that if she don't get on the flight, that she's gonna sit up there and gonna beat somebody up, and stuff like that. That's a threat. You don't do that at airports. They take that very, very seriously. You don't do that at airports. So one thing led to another. They end up tussling and stuff. But my thing is, here's my thing. I get that Maria Scott was put on the no-fly list, but from what I've read, they said that the attendant that was tending to her, she was on the no-fly list too. And I'm like, why put her on the no-fly list? What she do? But I don't know. I don't know TSA protocol. They might have help me out. Put it in the comment section or whatever. It might be protocol. I don't know. Like the pregnant lady, I can understand that, but the attendant that got assaulted, she got assaulted first. Smacked upside the head. People said they seen it and everything. I mean, the video, Google it. The video vicious, yo, for real. And then she had the nerve to sit up there and say, when the police arrived, that when they were to get ready to go put her in handcuffs, she told myself, I'm pregnant. I'm 6 months pregnant. I'm 6 months pregnant. Like the police gonna give a care. The police is not gonna give a care about you being pregnant. They're gonna give a care to some degree, but you still assaulted this lady. I don't care what it is. Like, you think you're going to get out of jail free card because you're pregnant. No, you did something wrong. You knew you did something wrong. You're going to pay the price. That's that simple. She thought rambling on, telling the police that she's 6 months pregnant, that she was just going to get off. No, you don't do that, especially when a whole lot of people say you strike first, so no, not going to happen. Yeah, I hope she gets some help or whatever, and I hope the baby is fine, because she was tussling with her hard. Like, they were rolling all on the ground. I think she had her in a headlock or whatever. It was like some tough stuff to look at. It really was. So yeah. And then moving on, got another topic came across my desk. This is actually pretty stupid. Oh boy, where do I start with this one? A woman thinks she can get off out of a speeding ticket, and this is not your average female that just thinks she can get away with stuff. I seen the video. She basically nonchalant, basically blew through a 30-mile-per-hour zone. 30 miles per hour. And I know some of y'all are probably thinking, oh yeah, she probably did probably about 45, probably 50, maybe 60. Nah, this chick was doing 106. 106 in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. And then the police pulls her over and she thinks she's going to get out of the ticket. No. I think she got jail time, I think she got sent to jail for that. I didn't read into that all the way, but it was very so brief, that topic that I read up on. But yeah, but it's a video on TikTok about it. But she thought she was going to get off that mug real bad. And the thing about it was, I'm not poking any jokes with anybody or anything, but she doesn't look like she's the type that would actually give a guy a reason, the policeman a reason to get her off, because she's like kind of like, obese a bit, and she's driving the car and everything. And I'm like, you really thought you were just gonna get off like that? No, that's not gonna happen like that. No way. No way, Jose. Yep. That's going on. 1, 2, got that covered. Unfortunately, Burger King closing their stores. 400 of them. Don't know why. Well, I do know why. Stop playing with me like that. I know why. But basically, underperforming stores. The same topic everybody's been saying about the whole Walmart thing too. Underperforming stores are getting the boot. And, I guess the big companies like Walmart and Burger King and all of them, they figured that, hey, this economy is actually, it's getting eaten away with at us. I mean, I would think so. I mean, if it's trickling to us, I'm sure it's going to trickle to y'all too. It's trickling like everybody in this country. So they figuring, oh yeah, they're gonna cut their losses and just be like, hey, I guess I'm thinking they gave them a grace period for them to clean up their act, but then it didn't happen the way it's supposed to be. So about 400 stores are getting the boot, they're getting the axe by the end of this year. So that's happening. And I'm thinking maybe that's a bad thing, but looking at they said that in March they had like a little under 7,000 locations still, so that's not really bad. It's just basically trimming the fat, so to speak. Trimming the fat. That's not really bad if you look at it. She's still gonna have over 7,000 stores. I mean 6,000 stores. By the end of this year, so that's still not bad. They just trimming the fat. you know, Underperforming, poor performing locations are the reason why they're getting the axe and stuff. So, I mean, there'll be a lesson to all these other companies. I mean, Walmart done started first. Well, not really. You got these other people like Facebook and probably Twitter. It's like some other places too. They laying off workers and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing as, Burger King doing the same thing with their people, but they doing it with stores instead of people. So they trimming the fat, so to speak. They were number two. Didn't know that. They were, well, I kind of figured that. They were number two for the fast food chain, but because they trimming the fat, they're dropped down to third. Second spot was taken up by Wendy's, and we already know who number one is. Number one is McDonald's, so that's obvious. So, but if they don't step the game up, you know, they didn't disclose how many stores are there, but if they don't step the game up, they might feel the pressure from Five Guys and Shake Shack. So I haven't been to, well, I have been to Five Guys. Five Guys is a little bit expensive to me. I don't know, but yeah, it's a little bit expensive for a burger you can actually like build yourself and go to a mom and pop restaurant, and everything like that and stuff. It's a bit expensive for my taste. The fries are good. I get the fries and stuff like that. You got the excuse. That's the price of being on a mobile podcast. You got all this randomness going on out here. These horns beating and stuff. Don't have no fucking class, boy. But either way, Five Guys and Shake Shack are going to be pressuring, who is it? Burger King if they don't get their act together. And that's not a good look because I don't even see that many Five Guys and Shake Shack out here as it is. So, yeah, that's not even a good look at all. It's not. But on to the main subject matter. The Letecia Stauch trial. Now, this one, I'm just seeing this today. Actually, 30 minutes ago. It caught my eye because on Twitter, everybody was saying that wanted justice for the son. They want justice for, what's the Gannon? Justice for Gannon. Justice for Gannon. And I'm like, okay, what in the world's going on with this right here? So it piqued my interest. So I went and go and look into it, did some digging and stuff like that. 'Cause I don't want to do half-ass work. So I'm going to look at the trial, which is about to end, I think either tomorrow or the following day. It's about to wrap up. So it's been going on for a minute. So apparently Letecia Stauch, she basically is accused, because it's still going. Not saying that she's guilty of it, but she's basically accused of killing her 11-year-old stepson. At first, I thought it was her son, but I read into it, it's her stepson. So it's not even her son. I guess it's the husband's son. That's what I want to think, because of the subject matter, stepson, you know. So she ended up, she's accused of killing him. Um, Obvious reasons we're thinking that she did. Everybody thinking that she did because it was revealed in the um in the case today that she was looking up Google searches. And how stupid can you be looking up Google searches and they can actually find out and backtrack all that stuff, backlog all that stuff back on your computer. She would like blatantly, she was looking up this type of stuff. She was looking up hiding IP addresses, making fake IDs, plastic surgery, Spanish girl names. I got question marks on those. And ultimately avoiding the FBI, amongst other things too. It's a long list of stuff she was suspect on. On doing. That's just like some trippy stuff for real, for real. I mean, I'm just now looking at all the stuff and everything, and this is 11-year-old boy. He can't really do no wrong. I This is younger than the girl I first covered in on the first thing. So, but either way, um, yeah, justice for Gannon. Cause it look like he a little sweet boy. He loves Sonic. For all I know, he loves Sonic because that's some of the pictures are surfacing around on Twitter and on the internet that him dressed up. I guess he was doing trick or treating or whatever. He was dressed up as Sonic. Some people went went all out and actually had a digital art done of both of them side by side and stuff. Justice for Gannon and all that. It's crazy. And then to boil my nerves, I say boil my nerves because a Twitter video was going around. Her attorney, it said her attorney and her was sitting side by side. They were on the laptop looking at something on the laptop. I don't even know what it is, but they in court looking at the whatever it is they looking at, and they're laughing, they snickering, they sitting up here, they laughing and snickering and doing all this extra stuff and everything. And I'm like, y'all are in court right now. Like, why the hell y'all laughing about something and everything? And I'm God forbid, I hope they not looking at no damn TikTok. Cause I'm just saying, like, that's rude as shit. That's rude. You sitting here in court, you snickering and laughing, smiling at something on the laptop or whatever. That's gonna rub people the wrong way. It's grinding your gears. You're not even taking the case seriously, really. Like seriously, your ass is on the platter, but yet you and your lawyer or whoever the defense attorney gonna sit up there and be snickering and laughing on whatever is on the laptop or whatever like that. It's crazy. And then one person pointed out in the comment section was saying that they surprised that the judge didn't say anything about it. But I'm like, so what you trying? I'm like looking like, so what you trying to say? That this was during the actual trial? I thought they were on recess or something like that. But some people were actually saying they were doing that during the trial. And I'm like, bruh, bruh, you got to be shitting me, yo. You got to be joking. But no, I'm guessing it was during the trial. Like, that's stupid, yo. It's plain and stupid. And I hate to leave this podcast like that, but it is what it is. That's what I got. There's a whole lot of unfortunate stuff and a whole lot of stupid stuff. So, like I said, I'm going to be running these topics down, giving my thoughts on them, as much as possible. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff that come across my desk. Might not just speak on it. I can speak my piece on it or whatever. Just stay tuned for another movie podcast. Most likely tomorrow. I know what it is. I'm going to be having, today I was handling some, some stuff today, so that's the reason why it's kind of a little late. But tomorrow I'm gonna be out rolling around, so you're gonna see me out and about, giving you the mobile podcast right here in this seat. So other than that, like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna have more topics for you. Yeah, make sure you share this out, let people know about what's going on and stuff, about this podcast and everything. I'm gonna try to do a different style, but for this month I'm gonna do this and see how this is gonna work. But other than that, make sure you like the video, comment what you feel about the certain topics and everything. Hey, appreciate you. I'm out this thing. You're gonna have more videos coming up this week. I'm gonna be working on them, so stay tuned for those. I'm out this thing.